Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vanita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys the AVA series. That is Ask Vanita Anything. And in this episode, what I do is I gather all the questions that are asked. And a lot of questions do come to me through my social media, my private twinflameunion group, as well as the YouTube comments, and of course emails as well. People do that as well. They email me with questions. So what I do is I look through all of them and I actually gather the questions and then I air it here. So if you want your questions to be aired, just make sure that you do any of those things. I look at all the work that is submitted to me. Whether I reply or not, that depends on time permitting. I hardly ever do these days unless somebody is looking for something very specific. So I created this segment so that with your questions, not only are you actually helping others to learn some of the general answers instead of me doing it one-on-one, it's actually here where you're actually also serving the collective consciousness. Whether you're on a twin flame journey or you're just stumbling on my channel, it doesn't matter. You're here because something led you here. So we're gonna dive deep into some of the questions that were submitted, but before we actually begin, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. I have a lot of content in this channel and I have more to come as usual, depending on my time. These days I have a lot going on, just working a lot. So if my videos are not coming as fast as I should have it, I do apologize. It's not that I have forgotten all of you guys that are my regular followers, and do appreciate those that actually have liked my videos as well as hit the subscribed button. I encourage you to do the same thing, because what it does, it helps my video to circulate around. So I do sincerely appreciate all the support and love that I get from you guys. If it wasn't for you guys giving me the love and support and giving me the content sometimes to create my work, I wouldn't be here where I am. So I sincerely appreciate all my followers that are always an inspiration to me to create my work and expand it to the way that I do. So I also want to add that if you want to book any private sessions with me, you can do so as well. Link is in the description box. You can purchase and book directly from my website, and I want to add that 10% off Twinflameunion sales also go to charity, which you can find in my website which ones they are. And by you booking with me, you are also helping some of the causes that I actually am partnered with. So having said that, we're going to dive deep into the questions that were submitted. There were not too many that were worthy of I get a lot of questions. It's not that I don't, it's just that not all of them I feel is kind of AVA series worthy. So make sure, as I said before the intro, that your questions are clear, concise, and to the point so that I can actually answer it. If you have a question that is in your mind, ask anyways, and you never know, it may actually air here. So the first question that I'm going to go with is Rohan. Rohan is asking, I'm just going to go with the first names because it's just, I think it's better. So here it is. He's saying, I guess he's one of my YouTube followers, and I thank you for that. Namaste. I am a big fan and listen to all of your videos, Miss Vinita. But I am curious if you got married with your twin flame or not. Answer will be appreciated. Thanks. No, I am not married to my twin flame. Not that it doesn't mean that it's not coming, but not yet. And the day that I do, even if there is a status update with my twin flame, I promise you guys that I will update you for sure. Even if we have just ended up together, I will even mention that part too, or I will actually make a post of it. So yeah, but I do know that, we are going to be together at some point. I just don't know when. So things are changing rapidly, and yeah, it's gonna be one of those days when I will actually make that kind of announcement. So there you go, Rohan. I hope that answered your question. Tishala is asking, hello Vinita, thank you for your reading. This was, I guess, one of the readings that I had done, and it resonated with her. I believe I resonated to the reading quite a lot because everything I had a question, the cards were answering me. And that's what I also say this, like, all my readings are very, very timeless. So I highly, highly encourage all of you to just actually, for those that are into readings, you go ask Spirit a question and then just intuitively select a reading. It doesn't matter if it's a certain date or a time, or year, because Spirit will give you messages as you're meant to know, right? And the way that I execute these readings, they are very, very timeless. So it serves kind of a bird with two stones. So yeah, I highly encourage you guys to go and look at any answers that you need, because yeah, you most likely will get some answers. Now, let me see how the story unfolds. That's about the reading, I guess. I am on my twin flame journey since 4 years now. He's 28 and I'm 32. I am curious about the April reading now. April reading, that must have been last year. Did I keep this question this long? My goodness, I don't even remember. Sorry if I haven't aired this in a while. Also, I have a question about our twin flame now realizing so many things. Does that mean that this year, 2024, that is in the coming months, many twin flames will be in physical union? 2024 is a year it's a year, if you add it all, it becomes an 8. So 8 is an infinite number, and there are a lot of talks of that being the case, where there's going to be a lot of unions that are going to happen in physical reality when it comes to 2024. I know that majority of the collectives, they met their twin flame in 2018. You'll have to see what year that was for you. And 2018 rounded off was also the year 11. So I do feel, and 11 of course is a master number, so you cannot actually, make it to 2 or whatever. So yeah, 2018, a lot of twin flames met, and I in fact met my own twin flame in 2018. So I do highly feel that a lot of these things that people are predicting is correct. And there's a lot of prediction on 2024 being the year where there's going to be a lot of reunions with your twin flame or your specific person. There's a lot of cosmic shifts that are happening and have happened. And since the last few years, people have really understood the twin flame journey, and they've done a lot of healing. They've done lots of work, lots of inner work have gone in it. So so yeah, for some of you that are now at this stage where you're kind of thinking that whether this is going to now come into culmination or not, I feel that 2024 is the year, and it's very powerful. And I feel that yes, that's going to be some sort of shift when it comes to you and your twin flame. I personally feel that in my own connection there's a lot of shifts that have happened, and 2024 year will probably be the year for us. So we'll see if this is the case or not, because again, sometimes you're given certain insights and you don't know whether that's going to actually pan out or not. You know, we don't know the timelines, right? Nobody does. And, you know, I wouldn't focus too much on that. But yeah, I feel that 2024 this year is going to be something huge. So, you know, we just got into the year. So we'll see what that rolls out as, right? Another person that asked a question was in one of my short video, and if you guys haven't really looked at my short videos, you may want to do that as well. I feel that there's lots of you know, comments that come in that. So the question that came in one of my short videos was the topic was twin flame coming in your dreams. And this was a good question, because this particular person ended up asking in the question, I haven't dreamt about him in a long time. Is that normal? I think that it is, because not every twin flame gets dream messages. And sometimes, you know, you get the dreams, but you don't remember them the next day. So it actually all depends on your own consciousness, just how much awakened you are to be able to remember it the next day. Sometimes when people go into that kind of sleep and they don't remember anything. I know that my dream messages are very particular whenever it comes to my own twin flame. So so yeah, and these days I know that he's been coming a lot in my dreams. So but I would say that it's normal when they don't, because for the longest time he wasn't coming in my dreams. So it just depends on, you know, where you are with your connection. I wouldn't make much of it if they don't come into your dreams, because, you know, you just never know how this works, right? I won't share too many, you know, dream messages that I get about my twin flame, but this one was really good. In February, I got insights that he is overworking himself, and as usual, you know, he works a lot, and I knew that always about him, and it's not any different now. You know, with his life, he's just always working. So so yeah, at that point, I guess what I was made aware of is that he's not looking after his health much. So I got physically sick a little bit, you know, if that makes sense. I wasn't. I kind of started worrying about him because yeah, I you know, especially when you're twin flames. I'll tell you a story about that. Wow, that's amazing. I'll tell you in a second here what I just saw, and it's a confirmation of what I'm trying to tell you guys. So yeah, he ended up coming in my dreams and just promising me and assuring me, because I guess he realized that I was not doing well. I was stopped eating, you know, I wasn't eating all that much, and all those kind of things, you know, that typically, you know, a woman will worry about their man. So anyways, he promised that he's going to start looking after his health, and that he's just gonna start, looking after, his heart and stuff like that. In the terms of going to the gym and all that kind of stuff, just build his heart rate. If he was working a lot and he didn't have time to, just go to the gym and do all that sort of thing, then this is something that he was saying. And then of course, he also mentioned that he's single, so that was part of my worry anyway. So so that was that story, and since then I haven't felt that, and I believe what he says, especially when he comes in my dream like this and tells me something that specific, especially when I was going a little sick and stopped eating and all those kind of things. So so when he he promised that, I do believe that he actually carried out with that, and I appreciate the fact that he did. And I associated a yellow pickup truck as the fact that whenever I see it, I know that he is keeping up with his promise and is going, is looking after his health, that kind of stuff. This is just one of those things that I associated a sign with. And just as I was saying this particular part of this video, I saw a yellow pickup truck drive by. So I would say, for all those that are out there that are in a twin flame journey, and you have a very, very profound connection with your with your twin flame, just trust what you are being told, and always, always, always pay attention to the signs and things, because they are there for a reason, right? So so yeah, that part, I do feel that if if they don't come in your dreams, I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's okay if they don't. It's you're not as connected with them, or maybe they are coming but you just don't remember it the next day. What I will suggest for those that want to remember their dream is to set that intention before you go to bed, that you want to know insights on your dreams, or you want to interpret them, that sort of thing, and try to jot. You probably won't have time to write, because people usually, when they wake up, it's always like, you're on a go situation. But what you can do is, everybody has a camera these days in their phone. I would just do a quick recording, video recording or something like that, of whatever you remember, so that you have it, as your reference, and then you can transfer that to your dream journal, and then just sit with it and see what actually happens. So so yeah, that's something that I think will help people to understand, or even get insights on their dreams. So yeah. And one more question that I can add here, that was asked in my Twin Flame Union group by one of the members. What is a good way to send love and healing energy to your twin flame? Now, this is a tricky one, and I have been meaning to write an article on it. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. It's still in the works, and I will actually put an article on it. When it comes to your sending your twin flame healing, it's supposed to be frowned upon. But I'm gonna go back to that example in February. I was sick with worry, and I was very, very concerned about him. So in that process, I did actually send him some healing energy. I was clearing, I kind of just did it with his chakras and stuff like that. And I don't believe that I've actually ever done that. But I did do that because I was very, very concerned. And that's the level of concern that I had when it came to his health. So so yeah, I would say that use your own intuition on this. If you feel that your twin flame will benefit with your healing, you could send him or her that healing energy, and set that intention out that you're doing it for their highest and greatest goods. And if they are willing to accept it, then they can take it, that kind of thing, right? So I would say do that. Another thing that you can do is, you know, you try to perform a healing on yourself, and you can have your twin flames higher self join. And if they join energetically, that's going to be another good way of, you know, giving him or her, you know, that kind of healing that, you know, that you're doing for yourself, because they will actually, you know, heal as well in you know, in lieu of when you are actually healing. So those are some of the ways to do it. Another way is, you know, you just working on yourself. So when you're actually working on yourself and your empowerment and betterment, it does have a knockoff effect on them. So if you are, for example, in my case, I have started to focus on my health and my, you know, just a little bit more than what I was actually doing, and just trying to get fitter in, you know, and it's been a work in progress. But at some point I feel that it has had some sort of you know, effect probably on my twin flame as well, to you know, to realize that, you know, let's face it, you know, we're not getting younger any day. Nobody is, right? So not every time your body is going to be generous with you. So if you're overworking yourself, you know, it's best to listen to your, you know, to your body as well, you know, that kind of thing. So and I know that sometimes life takes over where you're just so busy with everything, and what ends up happening is that people, you know, people forget about their health, you know, that kind of stuff. But if you feel that your twin flame is not doing well health wise, and you actually want to send some sort of healing energy, I would say go for it. You know, meditate on it, ask your guides if this is a good idea or not. I know that in my case, I did ask my guides, and I did get the okay to do it. So that's when I actually did. So it all depends. And you know, I know that there's just so many things like that. I don't usually do stuff like this, but the thing is, yeah, sometimes, you know, you almost have to. So yeah, it all depends. I don't know what the right answer is to that, because I'm not gonna be the one to preach that you cannot. Although that article will kind of say a lot of things like that, the do's and the don'ts, and you know, I'll go into all aspects. So yeah, just be on a lookout for that article. It is coming. I was getting this very I was getting this last couple of weeks when it came to my own twin flame. When your messages start to come, you know, there's not much you can do. You know, they come, right? And I was getting that his power animal is ready, and he's ready for it energetically. And I wasn't sure if this was even something that I should be even doing. So I actually had to meditate on it and ask lots of questions, and then I even asked for signs to make sure that I was actually supposed to do that. Because if for anybody that has received a power animal, it's you know, they embody you, and it's the spiritual essence as well as the you know, the you know, the actual essence, right? So it's very excruciating. So yeah, I want to say that I asked for a sign to make sure that it was supposed to be what it is, and I got the signs very specifically. All day I was getting it, and I ended up doing it on a Friday, so that he had enough time to recoup it. And I was not happy doing it, because it's I know what it feels like, so I was like so scared to do it, give it to him, and I knew what the power animal was as well. So this is why it was you know, it was like, do I want to actually do this? So for those that actually know that my power animal is Black Panther, I knew that his was as well, and his was the female version, and it was very specific signs. Like if anybody knows Goddess Bass, that's the black cat female, right? So yeah, you know, that showed up in my one of my signs. People were talking about black cats, so it was just very crazy. And I was getting dual cats, you know. So I have the male version, I knew that, and he's got the female. So yeah, it was very interesting to do the retrieval, and I did that, and I checked up on the energy intuitively. He was fine. He survived it. So I'm being told. So yeah, it was not something that I would have actually done on on anybody without permission, but this was something that he was ready for, and I set that intention. Again, before I even opened the session, I did that to ensure that it is for his higher and greater good, and that it's going to serve him in a good way, and not in any other way. And I wanted to make sure, and I set that intention, that if it's not without his permission, or whether he's not ready for it, then it won't go in. But the whole thing just went very seamlessly. It was, like I said, he was ready, I guess, energetically to receive it. So, and like I said, I'm a healer, and I'm a very good healer, but I don't go and do any of that sort of thing for my own twin flame unless I'm very, very specifically guided to. And it's not that I will just do it on an impulse either. I will actually sit with it, and I will talk about like I would ask for signs and that kind of stuff to ensure that that's the case. So having said that, yeah, if people receive power animals, they actually become the process is a little bit excruciating in the beginning when they receive it, because it's like, imagine the whole world coming to your body, right? And there, it's, the energy is very intense. So after that, they feel much better, and they actually get better with a lot of things. They get like lots of strength on many things, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I won't go into the experience of it, how the whole thing happened in the retrieval process. Let's just say that it was meant to happen, and it did happen with I guess, him being ready for it. So yeah, I would totally say that use your discernment on that. And if you feel that your twin flame is asking or giving you, I mean, most times, your twin flames, they are energetically connected to you anyways, and you actually feel them. If they are talking to you, they know how to do that. They can get inside your head and give you insights, that kind of stuff. So if you feel that your twin flame is giving you some sort of specific insights about certain things when it comes to healing, yes, you can try it, and you can set that intention and see what happens. You're not going to be able to, if you have the right intentions set, you're not going to physically harm them in any way, right? Either they're going to benefit from it, or they're not going to be it won't get any worse than what it is. So yeah, you can always set that kind of intention and see what happens. So with that, these were some of the questions that were submitted. Do submit your questions, because you never know how this will actually serve somebody else that wants to ask this question, but they never have the means to ask, or they didn't think of it, but they got the answer through you. So with that, this was the AVA series, Ask Vinita Anything.